Be careful what you touch and what you eat. Some vegetation can snuff out your life as surely as a venomous snake. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of poisonous plants in the world, and some of them are deadly. Here are 10 of the world's deadliest plants. We run down the chemicals, toxins, and microscopic needle-shaped crystals they contain, and how they can spell doom for anyone unfortunate enough to ingest or come in contact with them. You already know about deadly plants in science fiction and fantasy, but what about the ones out there in real life? 10. Conium, also known as hemlock. Let's start with something you're likely to have heard of. If we're going to talk about poisonous plants, then right at the top of the list should be hemlock, don't you think? Widely known for its uses in ancient Greece as a means of execution, hemlock's most famous victim was the philosopher Socrates, who suffered the effects of the plant's most potent toxin, conium. Ingestion of even small amounts of conium, 6 to 8 leaves, or an even smaller dose of the seeds or roots, usually causes death by disrupting your body's neuromuscular junctions, resulting in what is known as ascending muscular paralysis. The paralysis typically begins in a person's legs and ascends up the body until it reaches the respiratory muscles, resulting in death. 9. Nerium oleander, also known as oleander. The shrub is one of the most dangerous on the list, which is bizarre on account of how widely it's used as a decorative shrub. This bush pops up in parks, schools, and backyards all over the country, especially in the southern and western regions of the U.S. And while it might be nice to look at, don't go chewing on any part of it. Its leaves, flowers, and fruit all contain chemicals known as cardiac glycosides, which, while therapeutic in precise doses, can put you into cardiac arrest if ingested unsystematically. 8. Aconitum, also known as monkshood, wolf's bane, and devil's helmet. The poisonous properties of members of the Aconitum genus have been known for generations. Several species of the plant, for example, have long been used in preparing poison-tipped arrows for purposes of hunting and warfare. In humans, accidental ingestion can be fatal. The plant contains appropriately named aconitin neurotoxins and cardiotoxins, which lead to gastrointestinal complications, motor weakness, and heart and lung paralysis. 7. Agaricina altissima, also known as white snake root. White snake root is so potent that just drinking the milk or eating the meat of a cow that's ingested the plant can lead to severe sickness and even death. The plant contains a toxin called tramadol, which, when ingested by humans, can lead to trembling, vomiting, and serious intestinal troubles. The illness brought on by secondary tramadol ingestion was so widespread in the early 19th century that it became known as milk sickness, and is estimated to be responsible for thousands of deaths at the time, including that of Abraham Lincoln's mother, Nancy Hanks Lincoln. 6. Brugmansia, also known as angel's trumpet. Botanists will tell you that members of the genus Brugmansia get their nickname, angel's trumpet, from their large, hanging, trumpet-shaped flowers, which can measure up to 50 centimeters long and 35 centimeters wide at their openings. But we like to think it's named for the trumpeting angels that will herald your arrival in the afterlife. Ingestion of the plant, which contains dangerous levels of the chemicals scopolamine and atropine, is often fatal. 5. Dieffenbachia, also known as dumpcane. Members of the genus Dieffenbachia are made up of cells containing microscopic needle-shaped crystals of calcium oxalate called raphides. When leaves of the Dieffenbachia plant are chewed, these tiny spears of calcium oxalate typically lead to oral irritation, excessive drooling, and swelling. In rare cases, however, irritation becomes so severe that the tongue, mouth, and throat are effectively immobilized, while tissues become so swollen that the airways are blocked, leading to death. 4. Apis precatorius, also known as jaquirity, crab's eye, rosary pea. Apis precatorius is native to Indonesia, where its vibrant black, red, and white beads are often used in the region's percussion instruments. But the seeds are also highly poisonous on account of their abrin content. Abrin, which is chemically similar to the ricin found in castor seeds, sabotages your body's functions at the cellular level by inactivating ribosomes, the molecular machines in your body responsible for synthesizing proteins. The abrin content of just one seed is said to be fatal to humans. 3. Hippomane manzanella, also known as manchineal, little apple of death. The manchineal tree does not like company. If you brush up against the tree, the white sap it produces is liable to produce a violent allergic reaction on your skin. Standing beneath the tree during a rainstorm will cause any skin that comes in contact with runoff from the tree to blister. These epidermal effects are caused by the powerful Eritin forbol, just one of the many toxins found in the tree's milky sap. Ingesting the tree's fruit is often fatal on account of its physostigmine content, which can lead to complications involving naso, vomiting, diarrhea, and seizures. Basically, don't mess with the manchineel. There's a reason it's called the little apple of death. You won't like it, and it definitely doesn't like you. 2. Cerberodalum, also known as the suicide tree. This species of tree belongs to the same family as oleander, and is also quite toxic to humans. The seeds of the suicide tree contain a toxin called cerberin, a potent compound capable of disrupting calcium ion channels in heart muscle, which can lead to an irregular heartbeat that is often fatal if the toxin is ingested in high enough quantities. The plant has been referred to by some as the perfect murder weapon. Getting someone to ingest the cerberin in the suicide tree is purportedly pretty easy to do, as its flavor can be disguised by spices when served in food. The toxin is also notorious for being overlooked as a cause of death in autopsies. 1. Ricinus communis, also known as the castor oil plant. Much like oleander, castor oil plants can be found in houses and gardens all over the world, despite the fact that their seeds are actually very dangerous. So dangerous, in fact, that the plant is the current holder of the Guinness Book of World Records title for world's most poisonous plant. The seeds harbor an incredibly toxic chemical called ricin, and a lethal dose is considered to be in the range of 4 to 8 seeds. Ingestion of the seeds can lead to burning sensations in the mouth and throat, intense abdominal pain, and bloody diarrhea within 36 hours, and can lead to death within 3-5 days if left untreated. So today we've talked about 10 dangerous plants that can kill you. I hope that today's video is useful and interesting for you. Bye-bye.